what can I say? We grew up in a time where YouTube was cool. And YouTube was like well researched, like 45 minutes at least of like content, and you had to actually sit down and listen. Now everything is a TikTok, because I mean, even with us being an audio podcast.
Hey guys, this is Anisu, aka Nyati Shonga.
Hello, my name is Chido, aka Chizzy.
Wagwan.
Advocate Amanda here.
Hi everyone, this is Kuda, aka Coates.
Hi, and welcome to
As Told by Us,
the podcast. This is a weekly podcast where 4 professional millennials discuss living in Zimbabwe and trying to figure life out.
Someone once told us the grass is much greener on the other side.
But from where we're standing, our grass is green. Subscribe, like,
Share,
comment down below.
Hi and welcome.
All right, so this is an interesting one. Is it a dilemma or it's an observation? Anyway, here goes. So I was in a combi this one time, and on the radio was a financial coach talking about managing one's personal finances. By the look of things, no one seemed interested by what was being said. At some point, the driver switched to a station that discussed scandalous stories, and immediately everyone became engaged. "Mukadzi ndiyari wrong apa," I heard one say, and everyone jumped in with their opinions. This phenomenon isn't new at all. You go on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, and it's the same thing. Someone posts something meaningful, insightful, or valuable and gets almost zero engagement. Someone submits a post with zero value talking about cheating or on their partner or something equally inconsequential, and they get all the engagement. So I ask, are we just inherently doomed? Why do we pay so much attention to things that do so little for us?
Yeah.
Are we doomed?
I think this is also a reality for us as a podcast, as we've grown over this past year. If we look at the engagement and the reactions that you guys have to our topics, you guys love the tea. Everybody loves the tea, the spicy things, the relationships, cheating, drama. But when we talk about career progression and managing your finances and, court cases and things like that, the engagement is a bit low and the interest for those things. So I don't know. There's 2 debates. There's some people who are like, oh, you guys think you're so mature, but talking about serious things. And then there's, I don't know. I think we are doomed. But I think it's also a result of just trauma. People don't want to be serious every day. Like, I don't know, man.
I think it's also consumer culture.
Yeah.
It's like, you see this TikTok generation reels, like an educational reel doesn't really hold my attention unless it's like interesting. It has to be edutainment in a certain way. So, those reels where it's like maybe a fun fact about an animal. It's more engaging when they're doing a random thing. The animal is in there, it's like you're drawn in. But if it's like just a deadpan, hey, so this animal does this in the habitat, it becomes very like, back in school. So I think a lot of people, since they're dealing with a lot in life, they're going like, they just want to be entertained. I think.
Interesting you guys say that, because I did a work video that went around on Instagram.
It went viral.
No, it didn't. I wouldn't say it went viral. But guys, the comments, it was like, guys, that's lame. Like, have you actually applied your mind to what I'm saying? You're like, hey, oh, wow. I'm like,
yeah.
I actually ended up muting all of those comments, because it's like, I I mean, maybe if it was on my personal page. But if it's like on a work page, you are detracting from the message.
And I was trying to inform you about something. I was expecting engagement about
what I'm saying. Don't engage me on, am I married or not?
Yeah, you literally messed up the algorithm now.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to tell you about IP.
Yeah.
You actually know what? Amanda gets a lot of those too.
Yeah.
The more I think about
I was about to say, like the one time I did like a press thing, someone in the comments literally said I didn't hear a thing she said, like straight up, and it's like, you know, the amount of research and effort and like things that I could talk about and say, like, come on, let's engage. And the sad part, what I was talking about was like quite important for everybody. And I think even up to now, as a country, people haven't made the connect. Okay, I guess let me just say it was about the recalls case. And I know the average Zimbabwean today even can't even tell me what really that's about. Or even if I were to tell you about Parliament, yes, like you just know that there's a Parliament, but do you know how the voting works? Can you make the link as to how it actually affects your plate at the end of the day? People are just like, so nah, we just want drama. We want to say, oh, there's a new lawyer who's talking about it. Who is she? How old is she?
Is she married?
There's a scandal. And it's like,
Can her man fight? That was very funny. That was my favorite one.
Can your man fight?
In Shona, which is worse.
oh my god, it was so bad. Like I literally don't even have Twitter anymore because it's just like, wow,
What's the point?
it just got so much. Guys, no,
But
they
maybe
don't.
it's the, like Six said, maybe because you're going through a lot in life anyway. Like you don't want to sit in a combi and still be lectured on what to do with your finances, right? But I'm also thinking, as per usual, reels are 30 seconds, right? So how much information are you going to grab? And I'm here to like swipe through and laugh. And like, I don't want to sit there and be, educated. You know what I
But
mean?
at the same time, I feel like those things are necessary. We can't like just go through life having fun. So I kind of get the person in the combi. They were like, but this thing was really informative and I was engaged.
Yeah.
But you just switched you just said, no, not today.
What?
Money, what? What about the money?
We don't have it.
You don't have it because you're not listening to the educational things about it. That's why you don't have the money.
Yeah, I think also our attention spans in general have been quite cooked by that whole dopamine thing we talked about in the other episode about social media.
Yeah.
Because we grew up in a time where YouTube was cool. And YouTube was like well researched, like 45 minutes at least of like content, and you have to actually sit down and listen. Now everything is a TikTok, because I mean, even with us being an audio podcast, there's not many people who are listening to that anymore, because you actually have to sit down and listen to the conversation build and actually engage with it for you to get the most out of it. We're used to like a 30-second thrill, and we want to see something and hear something. Like our attention spans can't tolerate sitting down and paying attention to one thing for
But see, why is
more
it
than
that
5 minutes.
if I give you the one thing, what if I give you 30 seconds of pure, if I'm dancing but still telling you about IP? Why does it have to be scandal or salacious or people beefing or,
Or say,
it's the whole thing now, It's like, and I'm thinking like, maybe it's also a product of like things like reality TV, right? Where the most watched shows are very much like, it's like, what's that Betty's show called? It's actually called
It's called
Betty's.
Betty's.
The show is called Betty's.
There's a show called
Yeah, there's a show called Betty's. But what it is, it's like fights. Think about people like Maury, and he's not the father. And then you have Jerry Springer, and you have like, those things are just very, very entertaining, right? But I think now we can't switch to sometimes balance trash TV with things that are informative, which is why you then get a lot of fake news, I feel, also because any headlines clickbait. So no matter what, it's just clickbait because we're so intellectually directed towards just what's the drama, what's the tea, what's the nana, right? And even if you think about like right now, if you really listen to who's these people at the elections on the US, right? Back in the day, those elections were really taken seriously. Like the whole world was watching. Do you know what I mean? Like the entire world was watching. What are they saying? Those debates meant something.
Yeah.
Right? Right now, you have performances by all sorts of people.
Who made this weird?
Yeah. Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? And like even when they are being interviewed, when they are talking, they're not talking policy. It's just this one lost funny and this one is orange and this one is this, and it's like okay, but like policy. Yeah. What are we doing about the economy? What are we going to do about tax? What are we now? It's just who do you like the most? Who said the biggest dig that now we're voting on? Yeah. Who had the best like comeback? What is it? So now because we can't take these things seriously, even the podcasts that are video, are audio, and are but are wholesome, nobody has time for that. It's too much.
It's too long for them.
It's too much. But like maybe it's also like
For them, you excluded yourself.
that's what reads for a living.
But you also
I won't lie.
TikTok like that.
I've changed over the years, and I think it's different because growing up, right, I was a big reader, like literally just books, and I think it's because we didn't have cell phones and Netflix and all those things. You literally had to wait if you wanted to watch something on TV. It was on a Wednesday at this particular time, and you had to wait for it, and then when it's there, you'll sit. Now I can have like something on TV. I'm scrolling my Instagram at the same time. That there's just so much coming at you that I barely find time to sit down and read a book.
So I'm gonna chime in. Since we talked about baddies and the reality show.
Hey, shameless
Shameless plug. So I have a song called Baddie out now, right? 6 the Law Baddie.
Okay, wait. Okay, sorry.
So
I have
off
a question.
air. Okay. Actually, let's go with the question tonight. Actually,
Is baddie clickbait?
yes.
Did you do it deliberately?
Right. So
Are we interviewing Sixth Law? Oh my gosh, Sixth Law, I'm good.
I wouldn't say it was clickbait, but when I was writing it, I was actually sort of in a like tug of war with myself because I haven't made music like that in a long time, right? So when I wrote Baddie, and I was like, I'm just being honest, right? This is like the phase I'm in, and this is what I'm going through. I want to talk about baddies, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I like baddies.
Are you
And
going
to?
You said I like
I
baddies.
like baddies.
Do you feel like you're coming out?
No, I think I was in a long relationship, and during that relationship, it also impacted the type of music I make. I can't make a song about baddies like when I'm in a committed long-term relationship and stuff like that. Like I would have to be in the context of celebrating my person. It would be a specific.
a love song.
Yeah, it would be a love song. So now that I was outside and I was outside in the
streets,
I was like, I'm gonna make a song about baddies, about that specific phase when I was like, moving mad, and the fact that people love baddies. So I released the song, and people started hitting me up like, yo, this is the song we've been waiting for, bro. This is what we want, So as promo, I started posting baddies. Right? I'm like, yo, I have some female friends. I'm like, yeah.
Do you know all those people?
Not all of them.
Okay, because
Yeah. So I started posting these images just with the song playing, and then my stories. So at first, when I would post like my beat making things to get like maybe like 50 views, 80 views. Sometimes even tough. It's like a
Social media is rough for men.
I post a badgie, 400. I'm like, and 35 comments. People ask me, who's this girl? Where's she from? Oh, is this your new hand? What? I'm like, what's happening here? And now the algorithm actually starts going like, okay, this is getting traction, starts pushing it. So there's an actual intentional, even from the technological side, where it's like the more controversial stuff you put, it's just gonna push it out there. So now it's actually at the point where it's like, okay, this is working, this is actually converting to streams. Like
more baddies.
More baddies.
So more baddies.
So many songs.
Are you gonna be releasing more twerking booty songs?
So Baddies actually part of a project, right? And so the project's called Handle with Care. So it's kind of like a post-breakup clarity type project.
What? The baddies?
Yeah. It's a post-breakup clarity. Yeah, so it talks about the phase as I was going through the breakup and also like post-breakup. So Baddies is an actual phase. Like, it's like literally, I think one of the lines is like, what? My boy told me, got two, told me pull up. That's like literally.
It's real.
Yeah, like the dude actually hit me up and like, bro, like.
I got two.
Like, come through.
You know
what I'm saying?
SOS.
Yeah, but then like it's part of the story, but the song after Baddie actually has like some beautiful resolution type thing afterwards. But I knew obviously that because people's attention spans are like so shallow and people just like the concept of baddies, etc. Let me run with this as the first single. Okay. And people are actually like vibing to it and when I'm performing, people are like, yeah, they want to twerk and whatever. It's cool.
So wait, chicken and egg scenario.
Yes.
Is it that we are now becoming intellectually doomed because the algorithms are pushing, or the algorithms pushing because we're now intellectually doomed? What came first?
I think it's us, because the algorithm responds to engagement. So meaning if I come across Six's story and there's a baddie, and then I'm literally going back, I'm watching it again. It's counting how many times you're watching. I'm zooming in, I'm liking, I'm saving, I'm sharing it to somebody, I'm commenting. All those things make it more likely, because I can confirm with Six's stories, I only used to see, especially on TikTok, I could only see Six the Law on my friend's feed because I don't have many friends, so it'll come up and he's busy there making beats, like really good stuff as well, because like every now and then you're like, oh my goodness, whatever. No, he's on my FYP and it's the baddies. It's the baddies. I'm like, oh, okay. And I guess Six sells. That's been a reality in marketing since time.
The number of saves, as you mentioned, like the number of saves. I'm like, yo,
why is to rewind
you are saving like
to watch it again?
Like 50 saves. I'm like,
and do they're watching
for bums.
Hey,
I remember the first one that I saw. I was like, what? I don't know what it is.
I'm also getting the reactions like, whoa.
Yeah, same.
In my mind, I'm thinking, if you're saving that, you are perv. You are pervy, because why do you want to watch that again? Like, go back and like to the page where you found it and watch it again. But don't like download it for your phone so you can watch this again. Like, but I hear what you're saying. So now, if we're saying that the problem is the people, should we now tell people to start reading books so that the algorithm goes back to wholesome reading? Let's share book quotes. Let's share podcasts that talk about wholesome things so that the algorithm can change.
How? We're doomed, guys.
Just intellectually.
I feel intellectually.
Hey there, lovely listeners. So listen, running a podcast in Zimbabwe is quite the journey. It requires resources. And when I say resources, I mean money, time, and effort. Wondering how you can support us? Well, we've got you covered with Inbox. Or World Remit if you're on the other side of the world and you'd love to contribute. Our inbox number is 077-810-3171. Whether it's the cost of a cup of coffee or a virtual high five, every little bit of your support counts. Remember, supporting our podcast isn't about funding our caffeine addiction, though it is in part, but your support keeps our podcast alive and thriving and helps us create more content, ensuring that our laughter echoes through your devices. Thanks again for being part of our community and for listening.
I see like people in the West are really trying to like start honing in those things that they used to do. So you'll find like cafes where you're not allowed to have a phone, or you'll find like cafes where everyone needs to be reading something that they like or whatever. But it's like, it's just a small smidgen of trying to go back to what it used to be. I do feel like we're doomed because unless you like get rid of your phone, even if you were to get rid of your phone, I feel like every type of media has that going on. Like even on the radio, in the morning, if you listen to a specific station, they will definitely talk about the dramas, the hot topics, what. So it's not like it's just us as people. I feel like we're flawed in that way, where we like things, and now that it's now something that's in the media will continue to push it no matter what.
Yeah, I was going to say that it's actually realistic of your day-to-day dialogue that you get. Because, I mean, for me, I'm in the legal space. Like, like you guys know it is. So many WhatsApp groups, whatever, lawyers end up talking to lawyers. Let's look at what the lawyers, the apparent learned people of our society are talking about and how they engage with certain things. It's scary. It's scary because it's really similar to I guess the Twitter culture and all the things that people talk about. That's how our society thinks. It's a reflection of where we're at, because those are the conversations that get going. Like I don't remember the last time I had a conversation just about something about the law that's like, you know, wholesome and progressive. Even if you look at the way people talk about politics, like what Kuda was saying about in America, how the discourse has changed. It's now more just like, you know, fast pop, you know, and no one is having real, meaningful conversations.
Yeah. You know, actually, I was about to say also, even in spaces like the law, where it's supposed to be a respectful thing.
Yeah.
Right? We're supposed to be learned colleagues. Right? I have read some papers, judges included, but even amongst ourselves, right? I've read some pleadings where I'm like, is this allowed? Because I remember when I did the thing, part of my swearing in was, I swear to be respectful, I swear to be, you know, to uphold the integrity of this profession. We have an entire act that talks about how to speak to each other and how to relate with one another. But I have read some pleadings where it's very salacious lawyer to lawyer. It has nothing to do with the actual matter that we're dealing with. But now, especially when it comes to like either opposition's a thing and says, oh, I don't know if my learned colleague has read this. My learned colleague seems to be, you know, and it's always so rude. And you're saying to yourself, how is this a paper that is allowed? And the fact that even judges are accepting it. So obviously it's becoming part of the culture. Even within the profession, something that's supposed to be one of, if not the most integral profession in the entire world, has it become so. I think even maybe judges got bored and they said, the more spicy you put it, if I have to read 30 pages of this, at least make it spicy, like make it like entertaining. But even then, I think we are just degraded to, you know, just even now I'm thinking our education system is shoddy at best, right? Because the things that them kids are learning, some things are hard. I get it. Even me, I'm like, I don't know the answer to this. But I even feel like just the way we are educating and being educated is no longer to make us smart. It is to make us knowledge, to have knowledge. I don't know what to say. But like it's not like intellectual, which is why I think even career-wise people are no longer going traditional route of lawyers, doctors, engineers, whatever. You'd rather be a creative, you'd rather be a podcaster, you'd rather be a TikToker. Hey, there's more money there.
Influencer.
But to be honest, I'd rather have conversations with creatives. I'm just, like, I don't know, segueing into something else completely, but I find that, like, talking to learned people is actually disappointing.
They're not so learned.
They're not. It's like you've swallowed your books and just regurgitated, but you haven't, I don't know, you don't have... Depisant. Like, it's so, even just like from a, like, I don't know, dating perspective.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do, I don't think I could date a lawyer.
Yeah.
I know, for real. Unless I find one who is
different.
I know.
But even in dating, do you not feel like there are times where like you're speaking to a person, say you see something on TV, right? And maybe unfortunately for us, because we are lawyers, we tend to want to engage. Or maybe that's because we just said lawyers don't. But maybe the kinds of people that we are, you want to engage with your person on certain things, right? Think about how that ICJ case. What man are you going to say, I just read the court judgment on that ICJ and I thought that was a brilliant judgment. And you want to engage with him? What conversation are you having? Profession aside, doctor, engineer, architect, creative. What meaningful conversation, engaging, where it ends with, I'm a lawyer, where it's not like you're just arguing for the sake of arguing. I'm really just trying to get your opinion. Let's talk about it.
I think another big problem is how independent thought is no longer something that people value. Mm-hmm. We now have these rhetorics, these, catchphrases, and you're either on one side or other side of the debate, but everyone is thinking the same. Or being taught to think the same, or aligning to the same views. And people who think differently are actually being stifled. You can't actually come and have a different opinion or a gray area. Exactly. It's not something that's accepted anymore. So that aspect of critical thinking is what we've lost. And I think it's also because no one is reading for themselves or knowing from themselves. So when something happens, there's one loud person who's going to come in with their opinion on it, and that's that. A lot of people then react based on a tweet of something where, like, say maybe a Hopewell comes and tells you this is happening. And then based on his own nuances and how he's put it, you're really getting all your information from that tweet and the comments. And that's where your opinion is being formed from. And who's actually clicking the link and going to read the article and actually coming up with an opinion. That's something that's been lost.
And you know how many people cancel each other based on things they don't know?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you have a different opinion. I know. So the whole TD Jakes thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Obviously, you have the side that agrees that he's power bottoming. Right. Then you have the people that know him. No, wait, hold on. Then you have the people that I agree with you.
I'm not gonna tell you. I think you need to explain.
I'm done. So there are people that think, that are of the opinion that TD Jakes is a pedophile. He's gay. He obviously homies with Diddy. So he's when he goes to a Diddy party.
What do you think he's
What
doing
do you
there?
think he's doing at a Diddy party?
So
What do
being a
people
bottom.
do?
What's a power bottom?
I will explain this offline, please. Let me explain this. Point is, people think he's gay.
He's gay to get power.
No, he's just gay.
You
But
also
he's
know
a
what a
bottom.
power bottom
Power
is.
bottom. You actually know what a power bottom.
He's a powerful bottom.
Oh,
I know what a
Yes,
bottom
he has a power.
okay. Stop! You guys are gonna get all of that.
Sorry. Go ahead.
It's not important to the story.
later.
It is not important to the story that I'm getting at. All right. So there is that chat, right? And because the more people talk about it, right? Again, short clips, lots of like things, right? Then there are the people that obviously know him as pastor, they know him as an entrepreneur, they know him as a thing, that are not buying into it, right? You get the two sides. People who say, I can't listen to him because he's this. You have no proof that he is, but you just can't listen to him because somebody else said he is, right? Others will say, me first, I need actual evidence of this thing happening because I've heard him speaking, I've heard his preachings, I've seen what he's done, and it's not aligning with my thought processes. So how with Amanda was saying that a lot of people
I'm sorry, I couldn't concentrate.
Okay. So just as people are now, you're no longer sitting and either investigating something for yourself. You're now canceling somebody because of something somebody else says. You don't know why they said it. You don't know the intention behind it. You don't know whether it's true or not. But just because, and I think we've said this, like the loudest voices become the ones that are salacious and controversial and whatever. So now you're thinking, I can't support this man anymore because whatever. Whatever your take is, obviously on TD Jakes thing, I have no opinion. But just to say that how quickly, even then amongst us, you see me now watching a TD Jakes sermon. The next thing is, oh, you're still following him. Why are you following him? Now I'm cancelled because I listened to something that I don't find. Let's just say, we both have an opinion and we disagree, right? You have your opinion, I'm okay with it. I have my opinion, I'm okay with it. I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing. But because I'm not agreeing with your side of it, I'm now being cancelled, right? And I just feel like a lot of the times where things are controversial, we're not taking the time to understand it. And also we're not giving each other grace to have independent thought and to have my own opinion and just be okay with the fact that I don't think the way that you do. And I saw this also with Israel-Palestine, lots of people being cancelled. And I remember when we talked about it, we said the nuances are there's so much to it that there is no right or wrong side. But even to say that is a problem.
because it's like pick a side.
And I feel like with cancel culture, there's no real, there's no room for redemption. Like, in some cases, it's warranted. Like, some people deserve to be, like, out of here. But then there's some people where it's like, they get cancelled. They look at the thing that they got cancelled for, and sometimes it's like a misunderstanding or it's a nuanced conversation. And you're like, okay, maybe they misspoke. But then, like, this is now, like, it's almost like a witch hunt, tiki torch type approach where it's like, you're out of here. You're no longer a human being type thing, which is quite scary.
People need to read more, please. Read a book. Do people still write books? Maybe that's the question.
People do.
Do people write books?
No, the thing is, people don't write as much anymore, I think.
I don't think
do
people
write
are
books.
writing books.
Who?
There's so many like
the
self-help
no
books out.
violence.
So many like even like Zim writers. People do write. It's just that you're not reading.
Maybe I
You write, but you're not reading.
It's such a small percentage, and it's such a dying art. Because, like, I mean, even in the academic space, let's say, especially, like, say now, even in the legal space, where are we getting journals and actual people writing about things and sitting down and actually doing a reasoned piece on something. Just writing as a culture, I think, has died.
No. I used to think I could write a book.
You should.
I used to
think
enjoy
I
like just writing like, oh, this is my opinion on this and that. But now I think life is just honestly, it's knocked that out of me completely. Like I couldn't care less. Like
Hectic.
it's like, yo, where am I getting the next?
And I just think maybe as a profession, it's just a difficult thing. Maybe not, unless it's on, like you can download it or you can read online on Kindle. Remember we used to do the Kindle thing. We don't even do Kindle no more. Like if you had a Kindle, you were a cool kid. Now who's reading it? And I think I remember the day I got access to, that PDF drive. That was the free books. The day I had access to that, guys, I thought I was something. Hey, I really thought I was something. And I remember reading a lot of those books. And I think even a lot of the books that I think took over also were people like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Those motivational books, those how to keep your money, And even then now, people just think it's a scam.
Money?
I don't know, but I'm just thinking, like those self-motivational books, nobody's reading those anymore either. So, we're just tired. And just intellectually, I hear what you're saying and I've done it and I've tried it. I've done the 30% saving. I've done the thing. It's not working. The economy just doesn't allow. So let me just find out what my TT is up to 2 seconds. I might as well do that and figure the rest of life out on my own, because this year of how to be rich in 3 years thing is a scam.
I like how you brought up my TT because I was trying to figure out a way to she's one of the front runners.
What does she do?
Who is
That's the question, right?
She just sits there. I don't know what she does.
She's angry all the time.
I can't even say she's like a social commentator. She's not. She just literally just sits in front of her phone or whatever and talks about her life for hours on end on Facebook. And you Zimbabweans from Zimbabwe and everywhere else log in. So when you were saying 2 seconds, I was like, a MyTT video is like 3 hours long.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, people are in it.
People are locked in.
People will be locked in.
They'll tell you what you did last week. They'll tell you what happened before that. They'll tell you about. But that's the thing, though. I feel like, yes, it's nice to like listen to all these things and whatever, right? But then I feel to an extent it then puts like her family and people around her in like in the spotlight.
Right.
So like when she's talking about her daughter, hey, my daughter's like this, my daughter's like that, and then when now such things like that, those pictures that came out do come out, it's like everyone knows my TT's daughter, everyone's gravitating towards those pictures. Everyone's like, yes, the scandal, wow, this is a good scandal because we follow the mom scandals. It's just like, guys.
But that is the culture, because even if you look at reality TV and like the Kardashians, they went off on just like allowing us into their space. We just want to be in people's lives, start feeling like, we're part of it, we see it, we follow from your heartbreak to your this and that and that and that. And that's what sells nowadays.
Some people make millions and you don't even make anything. It's just like, damn.
Is MyTT making money?
She does.
Who's the one who went to America and whatnot?
Madam Boss.
Oh my god.
Madam Boss does make money.
Those are different people.
Guys, I know this is rude. I don't even want to lie to you.
Wait, who's the one in Sweden?
That's delicious.
Oh, you see, that's another one also, right? But like I was about to say, not for nothing, right? I didn't know who Madam Boss was, right? Until I said. So all I knew about her was just nonsense.
Yeah.
Until I saw a picture of her at the BET, I said,
And that's the case study. Like someone.
She's a baddie.
Yeah. She's a baddie.
I was shocked.
But I get her because she's in the entertainment industry. She started with comedy.
Yes.
And then she said, okay, if the comedy doesn't make me that much money, I'm going to be a content creator. So there's a plan. She has a plan, and that's why her things are advancing. How she's getting like entertainment awards in America and all of that. That's a business.
They're entertainers.
And she's also not salacious with her scandals. She's not trying to tell you that my husband cheated on me. You went and found that out. But she wasn't there.
She didn't say it herself.
Yeah. So I respect her hustle. I think she's making a plan.
So then maybe that's what it is. It's just what sells and what makes you money, and then people engage with that because we're tired. And then we like things. We like to be like we say. We like, and maybe it's that like that innate thing of like wanting to see people fall. Or it makes you feel better about yourself a bit. Like it makes you feel
so dark.
but I feel like there is that innate thing about, like right now, who are these people that have got married and got divorced now after 2 seconds?
Yeah,
those people. People really, from the moment they started dating, people said, right, locked in, because it was now, how long is this marriage gonna last? You know what I mean? Like, I think we like to build people up just to let them drop, just so that we feel like, see, at least I'm not divorced. This is not my third husband. This is not my fifth husband. You know what I mean? Like, you know what? My life is bad, but like, did you hear what she said about her man? Did you hear what she said about her job? You know what I mean? You start to feel a bit better about your current situation. It's a scandal.
There's an economy around it. So even Kiki Palmer, she took a photo with the baby daddy, and I remember when it was like, this nigga is what? Now everyone's going like, we should let him mind our own business. That's straight.
Y'all said dump him. What? And the second kid with him.
You heard she was pregnant. Oh wow.
She's pregnant?
Yeah.
But also, it's unheard too, because then you do restraining order after restraining order after restraining order, you tell us, you show us videos of you being beat up, and then
that video.
Surely that was like you trying to get us on your side, and then you turn around. Now we're the idiots. Now we look stupid. Like we had your back. Now we look dumb.
And then you want us to say congrats.
You saw the Miss, what's her name? Miss Nigeria.
Oh yeah.
She actually won Miss
in Nigeria.
Oh, Chidima.
So all that hate, all that fuel.
Only want to win.
But they were supporting her. The South Africans were supporting her when she went to Nigeria.
See, that's
said, go on, girl. Get your crown. But not here.
In your country.
But not here.
I don't know.
Are we doomed?
Yeah, we are doomed.
We're doomed. It's so intolerant. It's so vile. It's so mean.
I think we're doomed, and I think I know. You know how they always say the problems with millennials is that we're the ones stuck in the middle. Like we know what it used to be, and then we know what it is, and we're kind of like we don't even know where to go because we, at least with the alphas, that's all. This is all they know. And this is all. And I'm thinking, by the time we have kids. What nonsense. We're going to be those parents, eh? We're going to be like, I don't know what's wrong with this thingy. But there's something off. But only because, like our parents look at us weird, but I don't think we're as weird as they think we are.
Yeah.
I think we're getting weirder. Ooh. And I don't know. I'm so scared. I'm so scared to bring kids into this world just because I don't know how bad it's going to get. Mm-hmm. And I think it's only getting worse.
Okay, what if we created a community of people who want to seek knowledge?
Sounds like a cult. I really feel like,
I mean, I just say enlightenment.
Cool.
Like, if we were to create like a community where...
Or like a space for...
Yeah, a space for people who just want
chats.
Deep chats.
I would love that.
Yes.
And some wine.
Oh.
See, we're not that generation. You see what's exciting is now? Like, with wine
and deep chats.
We're now those people.
I agree. I think we should start it. I think you should be the change you want to see.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Watch the space.
Watch the space. Deep chats and wine coming your way.